Welcome, Paulo.
Thank you.
So Paulo, I think that first maybe we should talk about this experimental witch project. Maybe you can enlighten the audience on this fantastic project that you have undertaken with related to one of your books.
Well, 1 year ago, I had this idea out of the blue because I always refused to sell the rights of my books to movies because I think that a movie takes place in the head of the reader. So I was very reluctant for many, many years till the day that I thought to myself, why don't I do a movie with my readers? And the ideal book was The Witch of Portobello because it has 15 characters and you can choose. I posted in my blog, paulocoelhoblog.com. Then I started having partnerships. First it was HP, then it was Prisma Press in France, then it was Burda in Germany, but supporting the project. And finally MySpace jumped in. By July 2008, this year, I had close to 6,000 movies and music. I forgot one thing, I forgot to put a time frame. So at the end of the day, I had, when we selected the 15 winners, we had a movie that was nearly 5 hours, which is nonsense, of course. So we had to cut it down, and now we're going to broadcast basically in internet before going to the festivals, because if you consider the movie festivals, you are going to consider also that people go to movie festivals and you see wonderful movies there, and at the end of the day, the only way that you can find these movies is in BitTorrent. You don't see anywhere else but in BitTorrent. So I thought, why not to do a kind of world premiere, let's say 9 o'clock p.m. in every country, and I'm discussing that currently with some major platforms to have it.
How do you feel about that? We were in Avignon together 2 weeks ago, right? So how do you feel about this? BitTorrent is not specifically the best place to protect your author rights, right?
Well, this discussion about copyrights. I think from the book business, from the book perspective, piracy is something that should be stimulated. Every writer should say, I'm a pirate myself. Because somehow people download books and they cannot read online. So they go and buy a book, which that's why I decided to put in my site a thing called Paulo Coelho. So if any one of you want to pirate any of my books, you are welcome to do that. I only have the rights for the Brazilian version because I write in Portuguese. And I don't have the rights for French or American or Croatian or Japanese. So what I do is to collect the links from my readers. Sometimes they scan, sometimes they type, sometimes they even translate books that are not yet translated. And then I put the links there, and then the publishing house comes to me and say, oh, this is not legal. We have the rights. But I said, well, it's not my fault. I'm just putting a link. It's not me who put it. And so I managed to somehow to go beyond the limits of legality. But for a book, this is very important. I based that on an experience in Russia. In 1999, I had sold, let's say, less than 10,000 copies in Russia. And I found the pirate copy of The Alchemist in internet. I said, I have nothing to lose, let's put this pirate edition. People can download for free. The translation is not that good. And so the next year, I had moved over 100,000 copies sold in Russia. And 2 years after, I was over 1 million copies. So I realized that piracy was helping me, was not hurting the sales of my books. So I decided to elaborate more and more. And today, when I look back, or when I look to the present moment, what I do see is that I'm selling more books than ever, because this idea of being greedy, of trying to stop the share of information, does not help books. You have to share in order to somehow to get some revenue from it.